Hey guys, what's up? Andrew here. Welcome back to the third episode of the BPL review. Let's jump right into it with the first game of the weekend, Tottenham versus Liverpool. Split points here at Tottenham versus Liverpool, where Danny Rose ties it up late. A fairly even game in this one, where all the stats seem to read that the game was supposed to end tied anyway. But the major question for me is whether Harry Kane is going to get back into form anytime soon. Yes, we understand that he wasn't a part of preseason, he only played one game. It was expected he was going to have a slow start. But when is he going to break out? In a team that only plays with one forward, it's important that he's able to get back into form as quickly as possible. Personally, I'm not worried because he did the same thing last year and he scored 20 plus goals. But what's going to be important is whether or not he can get into that right away. Now on to Watford versus Arsenal. Arsenal tuck 3 away and take all 3 points away from this one, and Watford make me question my pick of them in the top to mid-level part of the table this year. Sanchez seems to be settling in comfortably now. The back line held solid for the most part, and now with the addition of Mustafi and Perez, Arsenal look like they're making a lot of moves here, and it looks like they'll be competing for that European spot this year. Will they get there? Personally, I don't think so. I think there's just too much talent in the upper level for them to compete. Now on to Leicester versus Swansea, where Leicester finally get their first win of the season, and Jamie Vardy scores a goal that's only fit for Jamie Vardy. I personally feel like this is what Leicester needed this season to jumpstart their form. After a bad loss to Hull and a tie to Arsenal where they couldn't get anything going, this is what they need. They need to come out and they need to score goals and they need to beat Swansea. And they did. And this could be good timing for their offense, with the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea coming up in their season, and not to mention their UCL campaign also kicking off. It's a good time for them to start scoring goals and getting in good form. Moving on to Chelsea versus Burnley, and finally a Chelsea game that doesn't end in controversy. I mean, it was against Burnley, but I guess a win's a win, right, Chelsea fans? Not really much to say for this one. Chelsea did what they were supposed to do. They went in, they beat Burnley very single-handedly, and that's all there is to it, really. And they did it without causing too much outlash at the officials. Awesome. Yay. Let's move on. On to Palace versus Bournemouth now. Split points here, and kind of expected, but it's the same old story for Palace. Dominating the game, getting all the shots on frame, but not scoring. They got their only goal from their center back. Their forwards weren't doing it enough. Yeah, Benteke got there. He's probably still settling in. And Jason Puncheon on the wings. This could be fun to watch now for Palace. They may be getting back into form. Keep an eye out for them next week. To Everton versus Stoke now. And from a completely neutral point of view, I think Stoke were unlucky to lose this game. But after watching them, I realized why they were so ineffective in front of goal. When you play with Peter Crouch at forward, you've got a 6'4", 6'5" forward who can win every header in the air. But then you go out with your wingers who are supposed to cross the ball to him, and you get Arnautovic and Shaqiri, and all they want to do is cut in and score. So you're basically leaving Crouch there, making him useless. If you want to be efficient with Crouch up top, you need to swing the ball in. Shaqiri and Arnautovic, not going to happen with them. Southampton versus Sunderland. 1-1 at St. Mary's, where a Southampton-dominated game was nearly thwarted by a Jermaine Defoe PK. But the point was saved in one of the most storybook endings you could have asked for. Jay Rodriguez, after rupturing his ACL in 2014, his first game back in over 2 years, scores the goal in the 85th minute. What a way to make your comeback. Hull versus Man U now, and Hull continue their extremely surprising form. Yeah, they still lost, but they kept Man U, a team that's been so prolific on the attack, to 1 goal in the 90-plus minute. That's impressive. From the Man U point of view, Mkhitaryan was a game changer. He came in and he changed the dynamic of that game like nobody else could. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him starting next week in the derby. Hull, on the other hand, they run into the problem we've been talking about, the injury bug. With another one of their players going down this week, they've only got 13 fit players, and with a season of 35, 38 games, that's 13 players aren't going to do it for you. Hull are walking a tightrope right now. So the question is, will they be able to keep all their players healthy and in form going on the rest of the season? West Brom and Middlesbrough now. No goals, no fun in this one. Really not much to say about this game. It was a boring one. Nothing happened. It is interesting to note, though, that even with rumors still flying around Berahino to Stoke, he's still getting time to play. If these rumors are even a little bit true, why would you risk a £20 million signing getting hurt in a game that you aren't going to use him anyway? You've got Ricky Lambert on the bench if you want to make a sub forward, but you're going to go out there and put your $20 million man that could be sold at any minute, but could also be hurt at any minute? It doesn't make sense to me, so I'm thinking this rumor is more and more just that, a rumor. And on to the last game of the weekend, Man City versus West Ham. City came out and smashed it again to remain perfect in the season this year. And finally, Raheem Sterling comes out and plays like the £50 million man that he is, that City thought he was when they bought him. 2 goals and a very impressive performance to give City the 3-1 win and set up a very exciting derby weekend coming up. But that's it for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. But until then, be good.